When the world becomes complicated and unpredictable, each of us searches for answers to our inner questions. What if we turn to one of the greatest warriors and philosophers of his time to find wisdom that can change our lives? Miyamoto Musashi, a legendary samurai, lived his life to the fullest, always pushing his limits. In this video, we will explore the philosophy that helped him overcome challenges and achieve incredible heights. If you want to learn how to apply his principles in your life to become stronger and wiser, then watch this video until the end. We'll share secrets that can help you transform your reality. Miyamoto Musashi was not just a samurai. He was a master of the sword who never lost a duel. But his philosophy extended far beyond martial arts. It touched every aspect of life, from relationships with others to personal growth. How did he manage to become a legend, admired to this day? One of Musashi's key ideas is the concept of the way. He believed that every person must find their own path and follow it without compromise. For Musashi, the way was not something fixed. It was a living, changing essence that required constant self-improvement. He said, "In all things, there is a way. One of them is the way of the warrior." This means that no matter what you do in life, you must strive for excellence and always be true to your path. In his famous treatise, The Book of Five Rings, Musashi shares his thoughts on strategy, life, and martial arts. This book became not only a manual for warriors, but also a source of inspiration for many people searching for meaning in their lives. In it, Musashi speaks of the necessity of unwavering adherence to one's path, and the importance of understanding that every day is an opportunity to be better than you were yesterday. Musashi taught that discipline is the foundation of success. Without discipline, it is impossible to reach great heights. He himself trained daily, even when there were no opponents to fight. He constantly improved his skills, striving to reach the ideal. This reminds us that no matter what we want to achieve, persistence and hard work are essential. Another important aspect of Musashi's philosophy is the ability to remain calm and focused, no matter the circumstances. In the life of a samurai, there was no place for panic or worry. He taught that true strength lies in the ability to maintain a clear mind even in the most challenging situations. This principle is still relevant today. We face many challenges, and often our response to them determines the outcome. Musashi said, "Do not attach yourself to the outcome. Just do all you can and accept the result with a clear mind." It's important to note that Musashi not only taught the way of the warrior, but also adhered to it until the end of his days. His life is an example of how one can live with honor and dignity despite all the hardships and trials. He did not fear difficulties. He accepted them as part of his path and used them for his growth. One of Musashi's most famous principles is the way of solitude. He asserted that the true path of the warrior is one of solitude, following his convictions regardless of what others say. This doesn't mean avoiding people or living in isolation, but rather understanding that the decisions you make in life should be based on your own values and beliefs. Musashi said, "The warrior walks his path alone." Throughout his life, Musashi sought harmony with nature. He understood that man is a part of the world, and that to achieve inner peace, one must find balance between oneself and the environment. This teaching is especially relevant in our time when many people live disconnected from nature, leading to inner discomfort and anxiety. Musashi said, "Water flows its own way. It does not resist and does not seek easy paths. Be like water." This metaphor teaches us to be flexible and adapt to changes without losing our essence. The world changes, and we must learn to adapt to continue moving forward. His philosophy about the preciousness of every moment of life also deserves special attention. Musashi urged his students to live in the present, not putting off important matters. He said, "The moment is all we have." This principle helps us realize the value of every moment and live a full life. For Musashi, not only was the warrior's skill important, but also the overall development of the individual. He believed that a true warrior should be developed not only physically, but also spiritually. Musashi paid great attention to studying various arts, such as calligraphy, painting, and poetry. This cultivated his mind, made him wiser, and helped him find answers to complex life questions. One of his pieces of advice was, "Do not seek ease, seek difficulty." This principle emphasizes the importance of constantly challenging oneself. If you want to become better, you must go beyond the familiar, try new things, and not fear mistakes. Only through overcoming difficulties can we grow and develop. Another important idea Musashi preached was the detachment from material things. He believed that true happiness and inner peace do not depend on how much money or possessions you have. It's important to be free from attachments and enjoy the simple joys of life. Musashi said, "Do not cling to things. Do not make them your goal." Musashi also taught the importance of self-awareness. He asserted that every person must understand their strengths and weaknesses to better handle life's challenges. He said, "Know yourself, and you will know the world." This principle is still relevant today. If we know our strengths, we can use them to achieve our goals, and if we know our weaknesses, we can work on improving them. It's important to note that Musashi was not an idealist. He understood that life is full of hardships and challenges and that sometimes sacrifices must be made. But he believed that through hard work and dedication to one's path, any obstacle could be overcome. His life is an example of how one can achieve great goals despite all difficulties. Musashi said, "A battle is not won with a sword, a battle is won with spirit." This phrase emphasizes the importance of inner strength and the will to win. Physical strength is important, but without spiritual power, it is meaningless. This teaching of Musashi is applicable in our lives. To achieve success, we must have a strong spirit and unwavering will. Another of his famous phrases is, "The way of the warrior is constant struggle." He referred not only to physical struggle, but also to internal struggle. Every day we face choices and challenges, and how we deal with these determines our success. Musashi taught that struggle is an integral part of life, and that we must learn to accept it with gratitude. Musashi also emphasized the importance of embracing change. He said that life is constantly changing, and we must be ready for these changes. He said, "Those who resist change resist life itself." This teaching is still relevant today. The world is changing faster than ever, and to keep up, we must be flexible and ready to adapt. Finally, Musashi taught the importance of living honestly and justly. He said that a true warrior should never go against his conscience and should always do the right thing, even if it's difficult. He believed that honor and justice are the key principles upon which everyone's life should be built. In conclusion, Musashi's philosophy not only teaches us to be strong and determined, but also shows us how to live with dignity and inner peace, despite all the difficulties and trials that come our way. His teachings are still relevant today, in our modern world, where each of us faces challenges and doubts. One of the most important lessons we can learn from Musashi's philosophy is that true strength comes from within. He taught that only through self-discipline, hard work, and constant self-development can one achieve true mastery, whether in martial arts or any other area of life. This lesson is especially important for us in a world where success is often seen as the result of external factors rather than the fruit of internal work. Musashi said that we should be prepared for any surprises. In our lives, changes are constantly occurring that can catch us off guard. But by following Musashi's example, we can learn to meet these changes with readiness and an open heart, understanding that each new challenge is an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. It's important to note that Musashi's philosophy is not something that can be mastered in a day. It is a path that requires constant effort and attention. But that is precisely where its power lies. In daily practice, in the small steps we take on the road to our perfection. Musashi said, "Live as if each day were your last." This teaching reminds us of the importance of being present in the moment and not postponing our lives. This principle can be applied to everything we do, whether it's work, personal relationships, or our own development. Another key teaching of Musashi is the principle of never resting on your laurels. He believed that even after achieving goals, one must continue to improve. Musashi himself continued to learn and develop until the end of his life. And this example inspires us to never stop growing and always strive for more. When we talk about Musashi's philosophy, we cannot fail to mention his principle of acting without delay. He taught that procrastination is the enemy of success and that it is important to act decisively and quickly, not allowing doubts and fears to cloud our thoughts. This principle can be applied in any area of life, whether it's making important decisions, working on projects, or personal development. Musashi said, "If you've decided to do something, do it without hesitation." This teaching emphasizes the importance of confidence in your actions. No matter what we do, it's important to believe in our abilities and not let fear or uncertainty control us. This is especially important in our modern world, where doubts and fears often arise, hindering us from moving forward. Throughout his life, Musashi always sought self-knowledge and understanding of his nature. He believed that only through deep self-knowledge could one achieve true peace and harmony. This teaching is still relevant today, when many people seek answers to their questions externally, forgetting that the true answers are within us. Musashi also emphasized the importance of accepting one's uniqueness. He said, "Do not try to be someone else. Be yourself." This teaching reminds us that each of us is unique and that our strength lies in this uniqueness. It's important to accept ourselves as we are and use our strengths to achieve our goals. In conclusion, the philosophy of Miyamoto Musashi is a source of wisdom and inspiration that can help each of us on the path to self-development and inner peace. It teaches us to be strong, determined, honest, and just. It shows us how to live our lives with dignity and respect for ourselves and others. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the philosophy of great thinkers, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss new episodes. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your opinion is very important to us. See you next time on our channel, where we will continue to explore the wisdom of the past and apply it to our modern world.